Welcome back, everybody. My name is All Fun and Games. I stream every day on Twitch TV, and I also make fun little videos here on YouTube. Today, we're going to break the routine of normally doing little tiny videos on actually how to survive and all this other stuff, and pretty much open it up to talk about why Don't Starve Together is still one of the best survival games on Steam. And pretty much out there. Of course, it's not on Steam. It's on multiple different platforms now, but let's talk about why that is, in very short if we can. So, if you're playing Don't Starve Together and you're looking for a game that has a ginormous world in it that takes a while to explore, you are looking at the right game. This game offers multiple different things, including different types of biomes that will have different types of things that want to attack you, including different types of resources. Playing Don't Starve Together for the first time will make you encounter a very treacherous amount of survival, which you probably will die numerous times before you survive. Without jumping into the game and the game telling you exactly what you need to do in order to survive, you're left to wonder how to do so. There is a little tiny menu bar that will tell you what you can create, but sometimes it takes dying in order to learn how to survive. In Don't Starve Together, that is pretty much how you learn to play the game. Continuously playing Don't Starve will actually give you the options of remembering things, including your character remembering how to craft certain recipes. So as time goes on, not only are you remembering, but your character is following suit. You have different things like weather and seasons that are going to approach you that's going to cause your survival to get even harder as time goes on. There's multiple different characters to choose from in Don't Starve Together that if you decide to actually play through, you're going to learn multiple different characters and have different classes along the way. The game is consistently getting different types of updates, so whether you choose a character that you like right now, that character could change in the future to have some sort of different perk. I've mentioned numerous different videos on how to survive Don't Starve Together, so if you're playing for the first time, well, guess what? You can go through those videos and opt into actually surviving a little bit easier if you decide to follow along. Once again, if you decide to play Don't Starve Together for the first time, you could play solo or you could play with friends. It is meant to be played with friends, but lots of people choose to play the game solo. If you like things like spiders, you like things like giant birds, you like things like pigs that will attack you, and so on and so on and so on, Don't Starve Together has plenty of these things. It also has seasonal bosses and bosses that are just around to fight in a regular routine, things like the Dragonfly, Crab King, and so on and so on. There is somewhat of a story to Don't Starve Together as well. Of course, upon completing it, you do reset the game. Not really reset it, but you could reset the ruins, which resets everything after killing the main boss, the Fuel Weaver, and then so on by killing the Celestial Champion. There is no true end to DST as it goes on, as it is called the constant, meaning it's constantly causing you, to go crazy. But nonetheless, the game will continue on even if you've completed all the bosses. Now, I'm looking at the overworld here, or the above ground, and there's plenty of biomes to choose from. When going into the caves, you have an entire situation very similar to this, but if you're underground, you're now encountering things such as darkness and multiple other things to take on your role of survival. But in my opinion, and Don't Starve Together, it is one of the best games, if not the best survival game on Steam. Of course, we take into consideration outside of Steam, there's plenty of awesome games out there. And not to say that this is, crazy better than all those games, because it's probably the same, especially like those that enjoy playing Stardew Valley. This has the same vibe. If you have a game like Terraria, this has the same vibe. It incorporates things like Minecraft, Terraria, and Stardew Valley all encumbered into one tiny little game that actually is not really that small anymore, considering how many different updates it has. The game will allow up to multiple different players to join in, especially if you decide to mod it, which has a number of amazing mods. Don't Starve Together is very mod oriented, and lots of people have actually played with tons of mods for DST just to make the game even better than it already is. The lag in Don't Starve Together is pretty minimal, especially if you have a decent computer to support it, and especially if you have a good connection as well. So don't get discouraged if you play DST and you do lag a little bit. Well, guess what? There's multiple options to improve your options of actually surviving a little bit easier while you decide to turn off your graphics or increase the amount of basically turning on netbook mode or turning on 32-bit or 64-bit in order to make your game run even better. And there's plenty of guides on that as well. Overall, the reason why Don't Starve Together is so good is because it incorporates ways for friends to play together and learning survival. You kind of want to start off at day one and try to beat your record of learning your way through the entire year at DST, or maybe even just making it past winter for the first time. But as time goes on, it'll get harder and harder and harder, and then eventually get easier and easier the more you play DST. You can play the game to fight bosses, or you can play the game to just survive and make an awesome little mega base. The world is yours to do with it what you will. Overall, the community is really good. The devs are always awesome with their updates, and they're always quick to respond to any type of issues you might have. They are quickly releasing hotfixes, so if for some odd reason something is happening in the game for you, you're more than welcome to post on their forums, where they make sure to check their updates every day and release hotfixes accordingly. Not to mention, too, the devs are so entwined with their community that they're consistently listening to feedback in order to pump new additives into their game. Don't Starve Together has been around for a long time, too, but I continue to play it after 6,000 hours in the game just because it has so many new people approaching the game on a daily basis. Other than that, if you're going to look for a game out there on Steam, Don't Starve Together should be a game that you consider. As of right now, I believe the game is still less than $5 to acquire. I don't know any other game that you can get for $5 or less, and sometimes when it's on sale, it's as low as $2. So $2 on Steam will net you a many hours of playthrough time and consistently awesome new things being added into the game, not to mention multiple different skins and free things given to you by Klei. That's another bonus, that when you play Don't Starve Together, you get lots of different things basically given to you for free, which you probably would not get in any other game. Klei's extremely generous with this stuff, where you can actually get tons of items and tons of skins just given to you for playing daily. That's right. Every time you log into the game during the day, you get a skin. Every time you play the game for a few hours a day, you get a skin. And this happens every single day for an entire week, basically encouraging you to play the game. And yes, some of these skins you can sell for actual value on the marketplace. So there's more than many reasons to play DST, because it offers tons of replayability, and as time goes on, you're probably going to ask yourself why I haven't been playing this game before. If you have this game on Steam and you've never actually tried to continuously run through the game, feel free to check out any of my videos as I try my hardest to walk you through it and survive as long as you can in the world of Don't Starve Together. If you have any questions, and you are more than welcome to join my Discord and talk about them or ask them or play with me whenever I play. If you have watched this video for the first time and you say, hey, I play Don't Starve Together, mention it down in the comments. Talk about how many hours you have in DST. That's another thing I'm going to make another little cool video after this on. But nonetheless, I just wanted to showcase an awesome game on Steam. And if you haven't tried to play the game, I would highly recommend it. Thanks again for watching. I'll see you in the next one.